Motorsport. So this is the stage 2 93 octane tune by 034 Motorsports. It's definitely got more power. Now, y'all know I've been driving around on the 85 for like 3 weeks. Needless to say, I'm spoiled. I travel far to get it though. Like I travel like 30 miles to get it. Whenever my tank is on like 60 miles till empty, I head down 30 miles there, 30 miles back, basically an hour and a half to go get that fuel and come back. I don't even get a full tank by the time I get home. It's probably more or less 3/4 tank. It wouldn't be fair to compare this to any E85 stage 2 tune whatsoever. So we're not going to do that. I'm not going to compare it and say, oh, well, you know, it's fast, but blah, blah, blah. Now, what it can be compared to is the stage 1 E85 tune. Like, it can be. Like, that's fair. That's fair. Is it as fast as it? No. No, and most of that speed is going to be top end, is what I feel. I feel like top end is going to be quicker. I would have to test that out, do some Dragy times to really compare, really in depth. If that's something you guys want, put it in the comments and I'll try to put some time together, a track day where I can like really get into it, and you know, I'll put forth the effort if that's really, really something y'all want. But just know that it will take time to do that. Anyway, the 93 octane tune stage 2 feels great. Extra $100, I think it is for it. If it's not on sale or something like that, you would say, is that worth it? I would tell you yes, because you're going to run a faster quarter-mile time. I ran 3 Dragy times. The third time, I'm not going to include. I'll include it. I wasn't going to include it. I don't know. Maybe I'll include it. Basically, I tried to launch the car at 2,500 RPMs. I didn't build enough boost. I had a crappy 60-foot, and I suffered in the quarter-mile. But suffer, yes, I'm talking about hundreds of seconds to a tenth of a second. But nonetheless, it's about perfection, and I didn't hit that there. I was able to beat I believe my 93 stage 1 time with a high DA. There is a high DA, so please understand that. It rained today. At the time I was doing the runs, it was about 78 degrees, but I think it had dropped down from 80. I could even have the temperature wrong. You'll see the DA on the time. But I was still able to pull a faster time with the 93 stage 1 versus the stage 2. Secondly, it's the wheel spin. When you hear the Dragy times, I'm gonna turn the volume up when at the beginning of the run, so you can hear my tires. But I'm spinning the wheels, and I'm still running these faster times than what I did on the stage 1, and with the higher DA. So there is more power there. It's doing it. The 93 stage 2 tune does feel very similar to the E85 stage 1 tune. It feels very similar. I could see myself running this tune, this stage 2 tune on 93 and having a lot of fun. But man, it is something about that E85 stage 2 that is just ridiculous. But like I said, I wasn't going to compare it to that. It's still smooth, everything you would expect from the stage 1 to stage 2. You're going to need a downpipe. Recommended a downpipe to go with this tune. Yes, it's going to take the check engine light off. Okay, but remember, it's for racing only. I don't think it's guaranteed to pass any emissions or anything like that. I'm not sure about that, but I do know that it does remove that check engine light. It's still super smooth. Like I've been saying, that's the biggest thing, is you want something that's drivable. My wife actually drove the car on the E85 tune, and she was blown away. She wanted to know what the hell I did to the car and so on and so forth. She was addicted. She drove worse than me. I wasn't even in the car. I just seen her and heard her down the street. Even now she's asking about tuning the Q7, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. Worth the buy. Let's see what else you guys want to know about. Throttle response is there just like the stage 1 before. I don't know if the engine mounts is really making this like even more responsive than it was before, but it's definitely like tap tap, jump jump. Like, you know, I had a cop beside me and I was like, no bro, I'm still learning this. You know, it's the throttle response is just there, and the car is screaming to take off, like it's begging you, and you gotta be like, no, chill my guy, chill. I think if you take it out of sport and put it in D or comfort mode, you can kind of get rid of a lot of that jump stuff. It's a whole different car, and which is what you want. I don't know if it's my pre-muffler delete right now, but I'm getting a lot of pops when I leave it in sport and I slow down. I'm getting a lot of pops. I don't know if you can hear them. You probably can't hear them because, you know, Audi does this thing where they don't let you hear the outside of your car. but it's still super exciting. Stage, what is the extra 100 worth it? I guess that's what everybody wants to know. It is. I'm pulling a faster time. I'm spinning tires like E85 on a stage 293 octane tune, which is impressive. I could spin tires before on stage 1. I could, but it was easier. I'm pulling into my house with all these trees. It's darkening me up. But it was just so much easier on E85 stage 1 to spin tires. But now it is just as easy on 93. I don't remember the horsepower and torque numbers. Maybe I'll put them up on the screen if you don't feel like going to look. But all I can say is I believe it is super worth it. Meet me outside the car, please. I just wanted to go ahead and get this video out because you guys have been asking, you've been patient and wanted to know about the 93 octane stage 2 review on 034's tune, and I wanted to give you guys that, and I wanted to do it quickly. So I literally went out, burnt all my E85 out last night, filled it up with 93 octane, and said let me get you guys this video as soon as possible. That might be bad because I feel like I could have got better quarter mile times, but I need wider tires. It's just not gonna work. I've been talking about it, but I've been kind of waiting because I don't know what rims I want to get, and I want a lip kit. I want to do all these other things, but I know I need wheels, but the car already has wheels, so it's like, but I need wider tires. Wider tires should help with the wheel spin. I know there's a couple people out there with 20s and wider wheels and they're still spinning. I feel like that will at least bring me some better quarter mile times at the very least. Maybe not the best, but at least give me a better time. Summer's coming to an end shortly. I'm still trying to get to the track. I do have a dyno scheduled for Monday. It's just a matter of what am I going to dyno? Should I dyno the 93 octane or should I dyno the E85? I'm probably going to hear a lot of people say 93 because that's more common for them. I'll probably just do 2. Maybe we'll do the 93 first and then the E85 the following week, or maybe we'll do E85 first and 93 the following week. Let me know in the comments which one you guys want to see first. You know, do you want to see what the max power is that I'm making, or do you guys want to see, you know, what I'm making, you know, close to max, and then what I'm making afterwards? I'm really curious if I'm going to be pulling the same numbers that 034 is pulling, or showing, I should say. Am I gonna be making more? Like, I really just want to know. So I got it scheduled up, and I'm gonna be doing it at, I think it's ISP Racing. I'm not entirely sure, but I'll let you guys know. I'll be recording it, so I'll have a video on that. You guys can see it. Please, if you like my content, please like, subscribe. I do have a Patreon if you want to donate and support the channel. Everything you guys donate will go back into the channel so that I can bring you guys more content. I have a lot of ideas. I actually want to do a true downpipe dyno test and quarter mile comparison, which would be like Red Star. I know there's CTS on there. Also looking at, you know, 034's downpipe, or looking at a lot of the other downpipes out there. I can't think of them right now, and maybe compare them, because I know a lot of us want to know, like, is there really a power difference? Is there really a benefit to spending extra $1,000 or so? So there are some of the ideas that I have, but those things do cost money. And as much as I would be willing to just do it all myself, it just takes longer for me to buy all those parts. And I want to help with that comparison. So if you feel, you know, like, you know, blessing me and donating to the channel, that would be great. You don't have to do it though, but it would be helpful. But just, if you could, like and subscribe, share this video with your friends. I'm really trying to grow. I have to get to 1,000 subscribers before YouTube will even consider me a partner. I have to get 4,000 hours watch, and we're at 25% of that. So I do appreciate you guys. Like, I do. All right, I don't want to hold you guys up any longer. Here are those Dragy times. I'll see you when you get back. right, so there you have it. So what we're gonna do now, and I'm gonna try to do it as quick as possible, is I know things can be real confusing, things don't look right, you know, times are barely faster than other times, but like I told you, there's more to it than what you see there. Where I'm gonna pull everything up, and then I'm going to break it down the best I can with the knowledge that I have on what you're looking at and how you should read it and why stage 2 is worth it, even though we're only talking a fraction of a second faster in the Dragy time that you see. Okay, so there's more to it. So let's go to the classroom and let's break that shit down right now. Okay, welcome to class. This is going to be a crash course on DA. The reason why we're going to be talking about DA is because this is very important when you're comparing quarter mile times. Okay, so the first thing we got to understand is DA stands for density altitude, which is a measure of air quality, okay? Basically, DA just shows the air quality compared to perfect or ideal conditions. Ideal conditions are basically sea level, very low humidity, around 65 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, or 18 to 21 degrees Celsius. All right, so these are the ideal conditions for the best air quality. DA is expressed in feet, whether it be negative X amount of feet or positive X amount of feet. All you really need to remember is that low DA is good DA or better conditions. High DA is bad or worse conditions. So let's take a look at these times. Let's pull up the stage 1s. Now let's pull up stage 2. All right, this is the 0 to 60 time. If you look at my stage 1 time, or stage 1, if you look at my stage 1 slip, Dragy slip, you'll see on that day it was 69 degrees. I was physically 151 feet above sea level, but my DA air quality was equivalent to a perfect day at 615 feet above sea level. So what that means is there was some type of condition that wasn't that great on where I was. So it could have been humidity. In this case, it's probably the temperature a little bit, but more than likely this is humidity. If you look at my stage 2 time now, you'll see that it was 78 degrees Fahrenheit. I was only 239 feet above sea level, but I can tell you that on that morning, it rained. We had a flash flood. The humidity made the air condition or quality equivalent to 1,900 feet above sea level. This is important because my stage 2 run today had to work harder than the stage 1 run that I did months ago. Okay, but they both ran the same 0 to 60. So what does that mean? That means my stage 2 had enough power to overcome the humidity in the air and still run a equivalent time to my stage 1 time because it made more power. If I had the same run with a DA equivalent to my stage 1 or better, I would have without a shadow of a doubt ran a better 0 to 60. Okay, we can argue about how much DA affects it when it comes to how fast the time would have been, but ultimately it would have been faster. Okay, so let's move on over to the quarter mile time and take a look at that. So on the quarter mile time, same thing, because this is the same run. It's just I have 2 slips. That same run with that 0 to 60, you see the feet are the same, should be the same. I actually can't even tell, but the feet are the same. You got the stage 1 showing 615 feet and the stage 2 showing 1,900 plus feet. All right, now let's look at the quarter mile times, and you can see I even ran a better quarter mile time with a higher DA on the stage 2 because it makes more power. This is why I'm saying it's worth it. I did this run on a day that it stopped raining maybe 6 or 7 hours previous to this run. The humidity was super high and the DA was high, as you can see, compared to the other day, and I ran a better time. The slopes are almost equivalent. This is the same road and everything that I ran the stage 1 on. So it's important to understand DA because it truly does affect your vehicle. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little class.
on DA and everything like that. If you already knew about DA, you already understood it, you know, more power to you. This was more or less for those who, like myself, you know, it wasn't too long ago, I didn't really understand why people were saying DA, DA, DA. I didn't know what that really meant. That's it. I'm gonna cut this video off. Please, like I said before, subscribe, like the video, share with your friends. Take care.